And then you're gonna take it, put it right there. This is what your bag is for. For you ones that finally didn't get in this drape and you don't understand what it's for, that's what it's for. Give me the next thing. You're gonna have to put all this together. I hope this fit. This came from the other school. This is your light cord. Once again, oh my God, that screws into something. You keep it. And give yourself enough room. And then this one right here, the newer ones, it only has one hole, and you'll only have the light cord that fits that particular light device. This is old, and the old one used to have about 5, 6 different things that it slid into. There's actually about 6 holes behind it. And let's just hope we got the right one. Oh my God, it's this person. And then, before we go to the next one, take it up. Is it on 100? This is how your file gets started.
Oh, wow.
That quick. And then for the ones that don't care, or you're not a good tech or whatever, they do this. And then the doctor doesn't really pay attention to you, and then you got a file starter down at the bottom, and you don't even know. All right. This right here would be your Bovie cord. And then everything's dummy proof. Wherever your Bovie is, you send it in that direction. And then there should only be one hole that it fits that says monopole. I'm actually going to be verified. And then he wants to do the light cord next. So, you know, this is, of course, you wouldn't throw this in. I'll play it first.
What cord is it?
This is your light cord.
Which cord? This one.
That's your light cord, that's your camera that we're playing down. So keep in mind, it's all nice and calm right now, but you got about side, if you have this one, you see it opens up. And then you take his thing and put it right there in the middle. Male to the female. Got it? And oh my God, look. You screw with this. You don't try to do nothing else. You just put it on there and you screw like that. And she's together. This is your light cord, camera, and lens all in one. You got to know how to put these together. If you're at a fancy place, this will already be put together for you. It'll be a big long stick like this, and your cord will be coming out, and it only has one cord that plugs into a special thing. Those are the Olympus cameras that's really $20,000, $30,000 a piece. All right? Now, do your regular stuff. And while you're doing your regular stuff that you know, you still need a clamp for that. Let me see, can I find one little gift for you? They gotta tell me what it is. Shit. And then we say this is his belly button, and we'll go either above or below his belly button. We inject it, there you go. Let me have the knife.
There's 2, 10 blade and 15 blade.
And then you don't want to make the hole bigger than what you're putting in, but we're doing a cut down on this. Like that. Let me have the Bovie and the regular Bovie, yep. And then let me have a Weeklander. I mean, no, I'm sorry, this thing. Army Navy. Hold that. You'll put 2 in normally, but I know you only got 1. We did it. Let me have a coker or oxygen. Army Navy thingy back, and you're gonna grab the peritoneum down like that. I don't want to make the hole too big. All right, let me have a stitch. So you have to do a cut now, and you got to have stitches to make your Hassan work. So you go down underneath. So common sense will tell you the only thing he can eat now, he's gonna tag this. So he's going to tag it. He needs a, what, Preston? Hemostat. So it's going to be scissors and a hemostat. Well, hemostat first, then scissors. Hemostat. Tag it. Cut it. And you just drive it. Cut them even. That goes over there. And then he'll either use the same stitch or he'll want another brand new stitch. And then I just told, so I'm doing this side. There you go. See, I knew before I like you. You got common sense. But he might keep the needle on there, so I don't need to cut it. All right. Now give me the Hassan Chokat, Preston. And it's going to make sense to you in a minute why it's got that skirt over there. So, if he's a fat man, you unlock it. And you slide it all the way to the top if he's fat. If he's Ashley, you slide it somewhere about right there. Because she can't have all that in her, she's too little. So the more you slide it back, the more you get. Because see, I got to go through all this. So like, Jen Lee would probably be something like that right there. Ashley would be like that. Oh, right there. Because she little. Turk, I'll be like this. I'm just like, all right, got it? So we're going to do, we'll do a mixture and we'll do in between. And then you lock it down, okay? Then you're going to put it in the hole. You know, real life, we ain't got to do this, but, you know, it's the bucket. We got the hose in place. It's in. Once it's in, you take this and you're going to wrap it around the dog ears.
So did you intentionally place it directly on this?
Yeah. Because you got to have this to make it work. It won't stay in without the suture. And then they ask you when using Hassan on your certification test, what must of the following must you have to make it work? You got to have suture. And then, now she's all word now, right? Okay. And then you take this off. And now we're getting ready to work. It's only one thing I can use now. I need to blow the belly up so I can do further. So where's my insufflation tube, Big Daddy? And then that's the common mistake everybody make. They always get it mixed up with the suction. That's why a lot of people don't throw the suction off to till they need it. Because this one is not going to be your suction.
Right.
You remember I told you you're missing your suction irrigator, which is here somewhere, I just don't know where it is. You only throw this off when the shit turns bad and it's gonna turn to open. And then once it's on there, you're gonna open this port up and then, oh, you turned it on. So this will be preset for you normally. And like I say, your book used to say the standard was 12 to 15 mgs. So that would be your answer on your certification test. So if it's like somewhere in between there, or they might have the whole thing on there, but and then one girl on her shit, they asked her some kind of question where the answer was 17 mgs and all that. So I didn't really understand that. But when you read in that little section about this gas, whatever is either 12 through 15 or it's just 17 by itself now. Our old book was 12 to 15. But, you know, read that section, okay? All right, so Preston, I'm ready to get my shit. You already got it ready. That's it. Now, Preston, so we're going to put our stuff in because once this one's out of the way, now you're going to really do your inject them, stab them, choke her. So, inject them, stab them, choke her. Inject them. And if I do that to you, then I just want to start. I'm going to use them. Oh, okay. But if I do that to you, and then look, this how good you got to be. This is why you get so mad a lot of times, because you feel like that you shouldn't be teaching. You got all this stuff that somebody want to teach you, and the other classes don't get none of this. And then I'm trying to blow it up. In real life, I can actually put this in. This white's supposed to be your peritoneum. In real life, you know everything's tight, and I could make a little air pocket right there if I want to, but this right here don't leak it out. But you get where it is, and then you got to be. So imagine if he's 80 years old trying to do this. Come on, make my pocket. You know, I want to look. I think I there. Well, no. Try to make a pocket out of it, but it won't do it. Alright, so I'm using the other one, so I need a 15 blade. That's why 10 blades are too big for this. Well, how you gonna get it to me though? You still gotta, on top, yeah. And then look at my hole press thing. You know, I'm gonna do this one. So I'll just pretend like I injected this one already. So when you do, we're gonna do a gallbladder. And you see, if you was messing with him, look how close the bowel is to the knife.
Yeah.
And then that's when all hell would break loose. Then there you go, Preston. Give me the 11. Somebody hold that down. Got it. And you see right there, if you wasn't careful, you would have told that bowel. So a lot of doctors, they put it in, they try to angle it another way. And then whoever's the camera holder, you got to be able to manipulate this camera. That's actually good right there. That's how it actually.
Oh, so someone's gonna be holding the camera while doctor is doing.
And if you're a bad camera holder, you can add 2-3 hours to this case.
Oh,
So that means you got to know this like you're the doctor. So when I'm working over here, this camera already got to be. You got to know where I'm going next. There you go. You get that back. Then we're gonna go over here to that hole that I wanted to jump to. I already injected it. So give me the knife. Always on top. And it ain't long enough to get through there. This must be terrible. All right, let me have the 5 blade. I mean the trocar. Look at that. You gotta have common sense.
Candidate.
Oh no, this regular laparoscopic surgery. And we all candidates for this.
Oh, really?
Uh huh. And this is what it would look like. If you about to hit something, you shoot it the other way. Now, so we just gonna pretend we inject them. We injected them, then now I want to stab them again. On top, yep. And if you get lost, you can do that. And of course, you won't see the knife because the tissue's a little thicker down there, though. Now, let's see if Preston has common sense. I need the trocar back. Preston, but you'd be surprised that a lot of people wouldn't even know to do that. Like, you literally just had one loaded that came in the pack. And then what it is, to save money, you only get a little extra little sleeve, and you will use the first trocar to put in your sleeve. And then you just, this is where we at now. That's where we at. That's where we at. That's why, as quiet as it kept. That's why a lot of doctors hate scrub tech students. Because they don't care. Or they don't want students in their room. And then you always get one like this right here. That just don't want to do right. Alright, let me have a grasper. It doesn't matter. But in real life, these all have teeth. A lot of doctors have went away from the teeth, and all this will be smooth, so it doesn't matter what you grab. But for this purpose, we're going to use this. You would never use anything with teeth on the bow. Hold the camera, Preston. And then how you're going to drive this camera, the buttons must be straight up and down, just like that. Right there. Okay? And then, like I say, your camera, this is all for play at school, but in real life, it needed to, if you wanted to move it and look at the top, you flip this camera cord around, and you will be able to look straight up underneath the body. I mean, at the person. So, for you girls, this right here is when it gets a little crazy, and then when your book says you can't be next to nobody and all that stuff, and your back can't be turned. So, we got Turk on the table. Preston, I better not feel nothing on me. I probably better not. So, this right here, when you just kind of like gotta go for the good of the patient. Because I need this hole over here, right? And I'm just gonna do this for a minute just to show you. So, I need to do, look over there, Preston. So, look at my hole right there. So, get right there. And then put this hand on your hip. On your hip. So, look up. And then look at me and Preston. So you see how it goes. So if the bigger you are, the crazier the shit that you have to do to make this work. So Preston is on my arm. To elevate him, we need that little step stool that he has, so he would be up a little bit higher, so then I can move my arm freely. So, you know, and then he's on your breast and things, you know, he 80, he might enjoy it probably, but I mean, sometimes you can't really help it. You see what I'm saying? So,
You need the step stool or no?
because he don't have nowhere else to put it. And so he can't just turn around and put his hand over there. So the only way he can rest it is on his hip.
Oh, okay.
Got it? So you just don't have to get familiar with it. Or, you know, Preston like that kind of shit, but you know. Alright, so go back to the middle, Preston. Show me this one right here. Alright, let's see what the hell is going on. Look down. I hope this don't tear my valve up. Look down. Follow me down. Come up and let me find my other arm. There I go. And see right here, like on your robot, see where my finger is on this? I can turn it. And then you look at the screen, it turns. It goes 360. This is your Maryland. And then there's our problem right there, Preston. We got a vessel need to be taken. And then you would sew in everything from like this. So you have a needle holder that's this long, like in my hand, and then you put your needle on there, and then I will put it in and I will sew from outside the body. So you see how difficult this is with like a video game. So don't be laughing at them doctors, because a lot of them that's old and they'll be fumbling and they shake. It's just like you don't have any home training. All right, Preston, let me have the endo clip. The endo clip applied. And then this is what he has to do to get it. And then everything's like we talked about. We ain't really got into this one. Anytime it's this fat, it's a 10. If it's this skinny, it's a 5. And anything bigger than this, it goes into a 12 and 15. So, oh my God, this is what we looking at. Which hole do it need to go in? The doctor will be telling people, put that in the hole for me, sweetie.
The one closest to.
Here they go. This is what you gotta deal with.
No, that's fine.
But that's what they do. It only go in here, and you would think it's common sense. All right, so Preston, I want you to go all the way up in me. I mean, all the way. That's how they gonna talk shit. So, all right, there you go. It's right there. I'll push this clip. It actually cut it. So in real life, if it actually cut that for real, is there any clips in there? Oh, that's why. So in real life, you know, it'd have been some shit like that, because you just cut that right there. And this simple little gallbladder done turned into a 3-hour case. You got it? So I know you didn't know that, but This thing's dummy proof. It says 12, so 12 won't go through 11. So I'm just gonna show you outside the body, but it'll be like this. It's clamp, clamp. Then you would cut it with your scissors. And then normally you like to put 2 above and 2 below. And then this is those titanium clips and stainless steel clips that people be talking about in your book. So I ain't necessarily got to tie shit off up in there, just use this. And then you would cut, and then you don't cut past your clips though or she'll bleed. You got it? Alright, Preston, let's go do some more research. Alright. So this one, it gets hard for Preston. So I'm gonna take this right here. You take the camera. I'm gonna take the grasper, and then I'm gonna take your hands. All right, and then this look, you lock it. He wants you to lock it. All right, Preston. Switch hands. And then I'm gonna reach and get me my stuff here. And then I want the scissors. And then look, this is what this for. Oh man. Down there broke, but okay, you get the point. So while Preston's holding that up, ease that out, bad boy, big daddy. I'm stuck. And then there we go. Hold that up for me right there. And then just keep in mind that we're gonna say all this is tissue right here, and then I'm just gonna sit here and I'm just gonna play with it. I'm gonna open it up, make me a little hole.
The mirror.
The mirror?
Who's holding the mirror? The grasper.
He is.
Oh.
He's got to do both.
Well, you camera. You got the camera too.
He got both. That's why I say this ain't for the faint at heart. You ain't got no rhythm. Now, Preston, I want you to take that camera and I want you to slide it right there where my grasper is. Keep going. Look to the right. I want that red dot right there. Alright, you see that's what I want? And then I think I'm coming out. Find my tips on my grasper again. I've done lost my orientation. There I go. Alright. And then come up underneath there. Rotate me around. See, it's a hard angle we need to get. That's how good you have to be. That might be some cancer right there. And then for the ones that want to be the first assist and all that good stuff, this is your job. It seems hard and difficult, but if you try, it's really personal. See?
Right.
It's really personal. Even though Preston didn't join the shit. I was kind of too personal. Jason might kill us, you know. There are some more cancer spots. And then he might do that for you. That's specimen 1. That looks suspicious. That's specimen 2. And then you just gotta have common sense not to go and touch him. We're doing a biopsy now. Oh my God, he's got metal in him. That's how good you got to be, people. Turn it around, flip it over. If you got this grasper, that thing won't move. And keep in mind, you can pick it up, you got the wrong grasper. Remember I told you that earlier? So, some doctors are so anal. That little clip that misfired earlier, they want that out of there. And keep in mind, it's all the bowel you got and all the twists and turns you got. So, we gotta go find it, Preston. Yup. And if you ever lose your orientation,
Damn, there you go.
God, I know it was there. It probably won't still keep it. Because we got the wrong grasper. I had it, but then it popped off. You actually need the Marylands to do it, but maybe I can get it with this stuff.
Oh my
Damn it, Preston. Go back and look at the hole. There it goes. You know, you might be. Well, you know, people are gonna like you anyway, Preston. I got him now. Hell, fuck yeah, Preston.
All right.
Got him. Got him.
Oh, Preston, I've known for this moment.
So basically, if you were doing a gallbladder, Preston would be holding up the top of the gallbladder, holding up the liver so I can get at the base of the gallbladder. And then when you see the cystic artery and cystic duct, you take it with your clip and then cut it, okay? Then it put the gallbladder in the bag and take it out. Now, you ain't gonna never get no bag because the school ain't gonna allow it, but where's the bag? Just like I say, because you ain't supposed to be doing all this shit. This bag would be inside this tubing. And then when you put it inside the trocar, you push down, and then this will help you keep it open. Like the bag will be on these things, these metal rods. But once it's been deployed, the little knot comes down. Well, I could do it. Okay, would it be open a little bit more than that? And then, so just picture, this would be up in there, and then once I got your gallbladder or like all that tissue that I just took out, you just put it in your bag. And then when it's done, you pull back, and then your bag will be tight like right here, right? And then the problem of it is, it's in your trocar. So you undo the strings, somebody's already cut them, but you see on that side it had strings. You undo the strings from here, pull the trocar out, and then you will give birth to whatever is in this bag because you're going to pull it up through this hole. Got it? And then once it's out, it's trash. Like it's not our concern right now. It just goes on this big table, and then we know it's specimen. We'll get it later. We still working. All right. Any questions about how to do this? Because it's about to be the other case. Because that other hernia, hell, if you can do it in inguinal hernia, you can do it in umbilical hernia, and Thailand, and umbilical hernia is fucking boring. Any questions? So, this starts any laparoscopic case that you can do. So, when the shit hit this fan, I don't need you to get stuck or nothing. All this comes out, throw it in the bucket. Alright? All the instruments and things you got, you throw them all back in the tray, except for the blades, where they came from. You take the mounted tray, all that shit, throw it all up in there, and you know where it goes. Yeah. These laparoscopic instruments, if you got time, throw them in there. It's about to go open. You ready? Yeah. And then whoever the circulator is, where all the buttons are, you turn every one of them off. All right? You ready? It's going open, Preston. Drop that shit. Take all this shit out. You done hit the damn artery up in there. All right, remember what I told you. What you gonna do back there? Turn every one of them out. All these come out. It's all coming to you just like that. And then he's gonna be doing shit like that to you. He's just getting rid of all the shit. And then keep in mind, I'm helping him. This is all your job. All he wants is the 10 blade. And then just always mind the camera and the light cord. No, you better not. Just put it on the floor. And then, here we go. I'm just gonna walk you through it. I ain't gonna be mad. I ain't gonna yell at him too much. Everything that came with that, that's okay. Everything that came with that set, except for those knife blades, because they're the easiest, even these, goes back with that set. Give me the, we're gonna save this for our gallbladder. Give me the bad one. Do this.
That's how we get it.
Give me that major set, boy. Give me that major set. But, ah! Don't lose your burn. You gotta be able to get the whole thing. You ready? Just like how you normally would do. That's how quick it has to go. You gonna be docked. I'm gonna show you how it works. You gonna be docked. Go up there. Go be docked.
Cause when do we get the count?
Who got the count sheet for this? Ask me for, Preston, ask me for something. Ask me for something.
Parker retractor?
Can't have no Parker retractor, but I need the knife. So look, this is how it works. You gotta think like how he's thinking, look. So you're busy, I'm trying to work, so I want you, you're the doctor now. So I want you to work. And doctor, here's your body right here.
So you can do this.
So I can do what I need to do. You kind of got to distract him, keep him busy. And in real life, it's going to take him probably about 5 minutes to cut down through that. So I got 5 minutes
Why did
to
you
fix
set
this.
up beforehand?
Huh? This is open.
It went from laparoscopic to open.
Oh, okay. I get it.
All right, count Dave.
Tire clips,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
mosquitoes,
Mosquitoes, we got 1, 2, 3.
straight,
1, 2.
crowd,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Kelly,
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oscar,
We got 4.
two, yeah, for some.
And then he's got 1 accent Alice count. We got 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tonsils, we got 1 and 2.
Right angle,
Right angles, we got 1.
meat needle holder,
Needle holders, we got 1, 2, 3.
mid scissors,
1,
mayo,
One.
straight, mayo, curve,
1.
ring forceps,
All right, we got 2.
appendiceal,
Penicils, we got. See none. This set's wrong. That ain't no
Maybe I got
penicil
one.
on this thing.
Wheatlander,
Wheatlander, we got 1.
Healthy,
Yuppies, we got 2.
Parker retractor.
Parker retractors, we have 1, 2.
Um,
Something to keep them occupied. That's what you basically do. And then you clean it up how you like this.
Okay.
Hey, let's just try to put in this hole since she already opened it. And then you're gonna give it to him closed like this right here. Here you go, Doc. What you supposed to have? I know y'all done read your book. Supposed to have you some wet laps. So you will give him wet laps first to protect the skin. There you go. So basically, you basically leading him to what you want him to do.
How with the lap, I just use my little bowl here.
Yo, no, you put it in there and squeeze it.
Okay.
And you making a cross or whatever the hell you want to call it. And then you give it to him, blades to blade, and he puts it in. And then he's gonna spread that thing out. And then he shouldn't have to say nothing to you. This should be right here. Doc, which one you want? And then he chose that one. And then you